Hello everyone, welcome back to another Madden video. And in this video I'm just gonna be doing the Broncos franchise. Right now I'm just getting everything right. Yeah, I think this is all good. So just gonna get my scheme and then I think we'll be all good. I guess I'll just do that one and then there. Of course we have Vance Joseph because Madden doesn't update its coaches much, so yeah, here's the first game against Seahawks. Oh, just make sure something. Yep, everything's good. Now, let's have the real video start. Alright, let's go. Hopefully we can get a dub. So I haven't been getting much of those lately. At least not in the last three. I think this might just be the next one. Hopefully we can get it here with this good defense. Even though the Seahawks talent-wise outclass us by a lot.
A best-case scenario in Denver.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver,
teams,
Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Whatever.
Today, it's the opener of
that I
a
like
new
that I'm gonna be playing
NFL
as
season between
really
the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
And I play on pro, and you know, a lot of you probably who are watching this probably already know this, but I play on pro and I do coach suggestions because, well, I just don't see a lot of other people doing it, so I guess I just think I should do it.
On first down, Keenum. And incomplete to open things up.
hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Can't chance to see. No, that's bad.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Working from the gun, Keenum. Incomplete.
That was
Both players
so
were there
close.
offensively and defensively, but it falls
Thought he was
incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Great coverage there, holds them to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. Good to see this man running again. Here's Chris Carson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Yeah, it seems like the inside
that
line
they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right in the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield, get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which have to keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find
all
that
runs so
opportunity
far.
later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And this is going to be incomplete. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Got it.
I know every coach talks about respecting the ball, taking care of the ball. But when it's third and long like that, your trigger man, he wants to make a play. And on that one, he's trying to force one downfield to make that play. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, he tried to make the play. A little risky, but it fell incomplete. These Broncos coming off 2 years of not making the playoffs after winning Super Bowl 50. And last year in Vance Joseph's first season, they went 5-11, had an 8-game losing streak. Now, look, the defense remained elite. But the quarterback carousel, the general lack of offensive production really led to a disappointing 2017.
And in order for them to reverse that, they've got to continue to play to their strength, which is their defense. And they did that by drafting Bradley Chubb at number 5 overall, the defensive end out of North Carolina State. Gives them extra pass rushers. But on offense, they made a peace offering to their defense by signing Case Keenum at quarterback. That should calm down that position and open up possibilities on the offensive side of the ball.
He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Keenum to Sanders for the Denver first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all
Sometimes
tight
3
ends are
yards.
created
That's
equal.
all you need to
Because
get.
everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
I did not mean. I thought he was
This win
going.
is
I
definitely
thought he
going
was
to be
doing
a
a
factor as
crossing
this
route.
game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. They'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're
I
inside
have a
the
bad
25.
feeling about this game.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And our statistician, Ben Ramsar, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss rolling in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme, come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits when those creases are
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Now Case Keenum and the offense heading back onto the field. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Keenum. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And that is
incomplete. I get hit almost instantly.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Well, these Seahawks heading out here on offense. Let's talk about last year. One to forget, Charles, in the Pacific Northwest. 7-9, a seat on the couch in January for these players, and that broke a streak of 5 straight seasons of double-digit victories and a playoff berth.
And I think they lost their identity a little bit along the way. On offense, they've always been a run-first team, established a line of scrimmage, and bludgeon people. They didn't have that at all. Their offense ran through Russell Wilson, and he was magical, led the league in touchdown passes, but they are at their best when they're able to run the ball first and take control. On defense, age caught up with them. The Legion of Boom, no longer the same, and many of those guys will not be with the team in 2018. They will be starting over, but they have a smile on their face. I think this is a challenge that their head coach Pete Carroll relishes, and they look forward to being the underdog in the NFC West.
Getting close.
They run it with Carson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard
Brandon Marshall
line.
right there again.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's complete to Jerron Brown.
See, now we may have
He's going to get this down
good
near
pass
the
rush,
30-yard line.
like in
First
good
catch of the new
linebackers,
season
but
for him, and he picks up the first.
And
And
one good
defensively, they
corner,
were in zone
maybe another.
coverage there. Do you have to be a little
Seems
careful
like our
you're
secondary
losing
is
playing
giving up
against a
a
good
lot.
quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up.
All right,
so
he should have
maybe
caught
if you
that.
still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again.
Okay.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. On third down, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear,
I keep getting hit before I can throw. I need to get these quick throws off.
Sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. Back to the air on second down. It's Keenum. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down.
All right, now come on. Come on.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Hit him on the 13.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's Carson, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw on third down, Wilson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. The number 2 pick back in 2011, Von Miller still doing his thing.
Boy, is he ever. If I were an offensive tackle, I don't know what I would do. I would tell the tight end he's got to stay in on all passing situations and help me out because he's got every move imaginable. One of the quickest guys off the ball in the league, and he's going to get to the quarterback. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on it. There's two sides to that coin. I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free. Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Keenum now to throw. Going up top. And that's the first NFL catch for Cortland Sutton.
Oh, great offensive line.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days
you don't
when
already have
quarterbacks
enough
would try this.
Line
they were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Here's Keenum. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jake Butt, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Oh, no.
Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So we're right
See,
back
I can get a perfect right there, but I couldn't get a perfect
on the kicks away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people.
And got his man complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Yep. Knew it. Should I decline this? No.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder coming up at the half. We hook up with a new guy, Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis, and more importantly this year, scores and stats from around the league here in Week 1. So do not press that skip button. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
When you spend your first round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. Here's Wilson.
No. You should have caught that. You should have caught that.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you move on. You learn how to play it the Madden way.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. The fourth down run successful.
Yes,
they look to pay it off on first down.
Cover the deep.
Keenum now on first down. Finds Jake Butt over the middle.
They didn't cover him at all.
Goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
Try that one again.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gain, so they're behind schedule.
This is intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board.
I didn't go there. It might have been my character that didn't go.
Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
All right.
So that'll back them up 5. The Seahawks were the most penalized team in the NFL last year, more than 9 a game, and now they've got 1st and 15. From the shotgun, Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
I think this might be the most sacks that we've gotten in a single game in all my series so far.
On second down, Wilson. He's got the tight end.
I should have got him there.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Yeah, go for it.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before break. Wilson.
Okay, how do you not? Oh, wait. Oh, I thought we intercepted that.
Here on opening week.
Like
All right, we will
hit
save
8
the
times.
week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
To me, it's just 2 yards. It's all good.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
My voice is somewhat back to normal.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make
it's kind of like, again, all these interceptions of plays that are, yeah, okay. But when we have plays that are like, okay, we should have got that. I don't know what he's doing.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But
and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. In for the score.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Keenum. He sets to fire deep. That's caught at the 25. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15.
All right, now here's where I gotta be
for the
careful.
Broncos on 3rd. 56 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Back to throw, Keenum. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing again is Keenum. His pass caught at the 4.
Shot first.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence.
Oh, that's bad.
Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Keenum to throw again. Oh, fight it. And he'll take it into the end zone.
Never mind, fullback.
Denver score. Andy Janovich from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra
come on, don't miss
from tying the football game. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were a shot in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig,
nice
Tom
close
Rathman,
game
those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, run for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Catching everything.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that is incomplete.
That was nice. That was a nice dive to block.
There on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things.
And he's
I tried to throw it, but it...
Back at his own 6-yard line. Frank Clark in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Come on, son. Get out there again. They probably double covering me at this point.
Keenum. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Denver. 45 yards.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. And he
I tried to throw it again, but I got sacked instantly.
Should be the final play of this third quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely double covering him at this point.
A shotgun snap for Keenum.
Okay, when you try to throw it and then they sack you before you can even throw it, that's kind of annoying.
In there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel. Oh, they come
Yep, saw it coming.
Blocked. Well, tie game, 4th quarter. Defense did its job. You're thinking you just want to get the ball in the punt. They got one better than that with a block.
And a monstrous play at this stage of the game. All things being equal, they want to run some clock and put points on the board. But bottom line, don't let those 3 points get away. There's a great chance to take the lead.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They run again with Carson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
I hit his leg
hard. A solid pick up at 13 sets him up first and goal.
Got him into the...
Partners, we well know long kickoff returns set up big-time momentum for the team with the ball. But how about the defense? They've gone on the field, understood the situation, and really have held up strong.
They'll give it to him up the middle. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Wilson, and this is going to be incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance and they have any decision to make on fourth down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
It's only a field goal.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And Denver getting set to take the field. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Keenum. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and 10, Keenum. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Gotta go for it. They'll just run out the clock otherwise.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Keenum got to have this one.
No!
Complete.
And they can't catch something. The receivers can't catch anything.
And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big ways. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on
getting hit in his leg this many times. Obviously, he would have gotten injured by now. But
and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Now it's Carson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a first down in field goal range already. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
This is Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? Second sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get one. That's memorable. Two? Hello.
Now, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
And Janikowski bangs it through.
Barely made it in.
And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Denver getting set to take the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
We all knew the situation.
Alright, come on, miss one earlier. Don't miss another.
Who's going to step up and make the big play?
They just called a timeout right in my face.
Took their shot, downfield, got it,
come
and
on,
now they're in a great
don't
position
miss
to
it.
take the lead.
Now McManus
Why
to
is
tackle on the extra point. Now they get the timeout.
Why is it like that?
It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting
What, is this how game-winning ones are?
See.
No, I missed it. No, I didn't.
A very important extra
Yes!
point up and good, and that might be enough to
This might be a win.
football game as they
Might be a
now
win.
take the lead in the final seconds.
No. We want them to get the ball.
Now McManus on to kick this one off.
Come on, grab it. Oh, dang, I went too far.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Come on, almost got the win. Almost got it.
Back to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And now they get the timeout call. So they got one of the big plays that they needed.
No.
Can they do it again?
No.
Don't change that dial.
Don't get it. No.
And this doesn't get there.
Yes!
It's no good. They had to go
Let's
for
go.
it, but their final effort here is going to come up short. And partner, this
That's a win right there.
First game that we get to call together.
That's a
so
win.
Special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there.
I'll admit that last call was a little lucky. Him breaking off all those tackles.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo.
Going over here.
But the best part for us
First
is
quarter,
that
field
crescendo
goal,
lasts for a while. Opening
touchdown.
game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs,
Touchdown,
to the Super
touchdown.
Bowl. I was
75
really
yarder
excited. I
for the
could
game
barely sleep
winner.
last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Denver, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll get another home game next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports,
thanks for watching, everybody, and goodbye.
Everybody.